She is a communication scholar and researcher who has spent more than a decade studying something most of us have lived but never had the exact language for: the invisible emotional labor of being the adult daughter, the way women become the relational glue of their families, absorbing all the tension, managing everyone's feelings, performing a kind of chronic caregiving that was never named, never thanked, and never presented as an option. Her new book, Good Daughtering: The Work You've Always Done, the Credit You've Never Gotten, and How to Finally Feel Like Enough, is the framework I think a lot of women in this community have been missing. Because here's what I know from my own work: you cannot regulate a nervous system that's still operating inside a role it never chose. And that's exactly what we're going to get into today. Welcome, Allison. So glad you're here.
Thanks, Megan. Glad to be here. And I mean, what a great intro because I think we are often in that reactionary space. We strategize so much of our lives within our mom's call and we just react. So I'd love to talk a little bit more about how we can change that a bit.
Yeah, so let's start. Like, what is your working definition exactly of daughtering? And like,
Yeah.
did you claim that term or I've never exactly heard that before? I love it.
Yeah, daughtering, I use that as an active word so that we can think of being a daughter not just as something where we just exist and we float around waiting for mothering or, we're just there in a family, but so that we can understand we are active participants in our experience, which both gives recognition, but also gives us a little kick in the pants. Like, yeah, I am doing things. I'm going to give myself credit and I'm going to make everybody give me credit for this. So I think of daughtering as invisible labor, such as emotional, mental, logistical, and identity labor that often goes unrecognized. And we don't even know that we're doing it until we're burnt out. So I find that many women think about daughtering and are quick to say, yes, my mom is doing that with her 90-year-old dad. And we think of and notice daughtering a lot when it kicks in elderhood or for illness. But we don't notice in our 20s, in our 30s, in our 40s,